Not much, but we need to give Bluebell thanks to Bluebell, Sarovel, Bluebell.
Sarovel and Bluebell.
These two are prime
Sarovel, na?
Sarovel,
S-E-R-O.
Sarovel.
S-A-R-O. Okay.
Sarovel, Bluebell, and then PFF, Asco, Caltron. These three, there are like two levels of sponsorship. We've got
Hello and welcome to Oil and Gas Premier League. We have the inauguration coming right up. We have Amit Deshpande from Cummins Arabia who will be doing the honors, and Vinay is one of the sponsors. Will be bowling to him. Amit, let's see how good you are at this. Vinay, your challenge up to him. Right, Amit. Here we go. The full straight drive back to the bowler. That's your introduction, and we will be having the captains to toss in the next few minutes. Thank you and welcome all to the Oil and Gas Premier League. Your captains are Asim from Cummins Arabia and Zeb from DNO Dynamos will do the honors. Hello and welcome to the Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1, a 6-week extravaganza with 6 teams vying for top honors in this tournament. We quickly have the pitch report out here. Out you can see here, it's a quite barren pitch, hardly any grass on it. So the ball's going to come onto the bat, batsman's going to have a plenty of runs, bowlers very little margin of error because they're going to get tonked all over this place if they bowl in the wrong areas. Your first game, DNO Dynamos facing Cummins Arabia. DNO Dynamos captain Zain is going to lead the side, and Asim from Cummins Arabia is going to your umpires for today. Harish and Amir is going to flip the coin. Who's going to call? Asim's going to call. Heads is the call. What comes up?
and it's a tail.
Tails. Zain, you won the toss. What do you want to do?
We'll field first.
You will field first. Yeah. Any reason for fielding on this wicket?
The target is to limit them as much as possible to a lower total, and then to go for the target. That's the strategy.
What sort of a total are you looking to bring them down to?
Most probably under 150.
150. All the best for that. You're going to field first. Asim, happy batting first on this wicket?
I think we had the plan to bat first. I think we have lost the toss, but still we want to do bat first.
Any players to watch out for in this game and your tournament through this tournament?
I think we have recently starting getting together and playing together some practice matches. We have 4 5 guys batting very well and bowling very well. So we are looking forward for a good result today.
Anyway, all the best and all the best for the rest of the tournament for you as well. That's the story from the center out here. DNO Dynamos will take first strike as Zen it was Cummins Arabia will take coming into bowler. So 6 runs for no loss. This one on the good land. Batsman happy to play it back towards the bowler. So dot ball. Cummins Arabia taking first strike in this tournament. Swan plays it down and this well fielded at covers. Can't stop a single. Score moves on to 7. This tournament sponsored by a number of companies. Bluebell Shipping, Savowell, PFF Pipe Fittings, Caltrol and ASO Filtry. That ball full line delivery, plays it right over the bowler's head, ball running towards the boundary. The man at mid on doing the fielding, catches it right inside the boundary. 2 runs scored. So end of the first over. Ten for no loss at the end of first over. Chandan Kumar Singh to bowl this.
First over, Cummins is 10 for no loss.
Two men who's taken strike are Shafkat Shiraz, who's batting on 1 of 3 balls, and Kishore batting 9 of 5 balls. Santosh had given away 10 runs in the first over. Chandan Kumar Singh is bowling over number 2. He's bowled 2 balls and given away a single there. This one plays it down towards the man at covers. 1 run being scored there. Chance of an overthrow run to be taken. Batsmen denying that themselves. Score moves on to 11. Foolish delivery, right just under the batsman, playing it down to short cover and take away a single again. Score moves on to 12. We're in the power play. Two fielders allowed outside the boundary. We have a man at deep mid wicket. And a man at extra cover doing the fielding. Shafqat taking strike. Chandan again, this one playing across and he's lost his middle stump. A slowish loopy delivery. Shafqat playing around it and loses his middle stump. So the first setback for Cummins Arabia. (13) for the loss of 1 wicket. Man out. Shafqat Shiraz out for 2 of 5 balls. Chandan giving away 3 runs and claiming a wicket of the 5 balls he's bowled.
Hello. So it's 1.5 overs. Cummins Arabia has scored 13 at the loss of 1 wicket. Shafqat has just scored 1 run. Next batsman.
Jermaine Fernandez coming at number 3 for Cummins Arabia after the loss of the first wicket. 6-team tournament. Each team gets to play the other one once. So 5 matches to play in the league, followed by the 3 knockout games that will be. Chandan into bowl to Jermaine, bowling the slow. This one another full toss, played it towards mid-off. SS doing the fielding, 1 run added to the total, 14 for 1 at the end of 2 overs.
At the end of 2 overs, the score goes to 14 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Cummins Arabia.
The 6 teams taking part in this tournament: Oil Serve, DNO Dynamos, Cummins Arabia, Petrofac, JMS and Supertech. Main sponsors for this tournament: Bluebell Shipping and Servowell. Associate sponsors: PFF Pipe Fittings, ASCO Filtry, Caltros. Instrumental partners. Yes, 5 partners, 6 teams, 6 weeks. A lot of T20 cricket being played as we see the moon right up in the sky. And SS again was it to German. Again, foolish delivery. German plays it down to mid-on and collects a single. Score moves on to 15. Kishore taking strike. He's 10 of 6 balls with 1 hit to the fence. Santosh bowling a second over. This time plays it on the up, plays it towards mid-on. Wants a single. German wanted a single. Kishore declines that. Cool breeze across the ground. Bowls it outside the off-stump. Umpire deems it a wide. Bowling it outside. Kishore quite wise enough not to chase a wide delivery. Knows he's going to get a run and an extra ball. Not much change in the field. We have a short third man, we have a man at covers and a man at mid-wicket. So this time slightly up, man towards mid-wicket. Just outside the 30-yard circle. The man at deep mid-wicket doing the fielding. Both the batsmen alert enough to take 2 runs there. Not much of an effort by the fielder, just ambling down, unable to stop those 2 runs from being scored. Santosh to Kishore. Again, Kishore quite happy to play through the line of the ball. This time play takes the inner edge and goes towards backward square leg. Again, 2 runs being scored. Score moves on to 20. Santosh to Kishore. Cuts it towards point, wants a single. German declines it this time. Last ball of the 3rd over. So at the
3 overs are done. At the end of 3 overs, the score goes to 20.
it will be interrupted. What will happen is it's a
Fantastic score. Behind 7 legs for 4 runs. Very nice shot by German.
I'll be on this one. See, but make sure, he is not, the batsman should not get this one affected for that. German scoring a boundary towards the square leg area. So he gets his first boundary of the tournament. Versatile batsman from Mumbai. Has played with the likes of Shreyas Iyer, Aditya Tare, Surya Kumar Yadav. Bowls gentle leg breaks as well. And at the moment, doing the honours of batting for his side. This one up in the slot, plays it over covers. The man at short covers running back and fielding the ball. 2 runs more added to the total. Score moves on to 26. This one down the leg side, it's the thigh pad and goes to a short fine for a leg bye. Sun coming down quite quickly and we have the lights starting to take effect. Onto the pads, a freebie for the batsman, and Kishore deposits this one over square leg for another boundary. Quite a decent pace for him. He's quite happy to make use of the vacant spots that are there. We are in the power play of over number 4. So still another 2.2 overs that the fielding side has to be restricted to having 7 men inside the ring. Right under the slot, Yorker length. Kishore just managing to dig it out, but keeper doesn't collect well. No run scored there. Scores 31 for the loss of 1 wicket. Last ball of the 4th over coming up. A wild swing, slowish delivery, changing the pace this time. Kishore playing around the ball. Lucky for him, it didn't crash into the stumps. So the end of the fourth over, 31 for 1. Kishore batting 18 of 14 balls with 2 hits to the fence. Jermaine 8 of 5 balls with 1 hit to the fence. Bowling analysis so far, Santosh 2 overs, 16 runs, no wicket. And a rather expensive over from Chandan this time, 2 overs, 14 runs, 1 wicket. See the lights taking effect here. Santosh continuing his spell, his third over number 5 of the innings. Playing slightly uppish towards mid-on the good length. Just Santosh bowling to Kishore. Swing up in the air, the man at covers coming forward, unable, just falling short of him. A good effort by Charlie there. Charlie making quite a good effort and running about 15 meters towards the wicket, but unable to latch onto that. So reprieve for Kishore and some good bowling. Again, this one in the air towards point and a chance of catch and taken. Jermaine not so lucky this time. And a catch taken by Zain, the captain, leading his team. So Jermaine out for 9 of 7 balls that he's faced. Caught Zain, bowled Santosh. Current run rate of 7.33. Projected score will get them to 147. Zain, as captain at Desai, has said that he would want to restrict them to 100, under 150, whereas Kaisar Amin is out in the middle, coming at the fall of Jermaine's wicket. Santosh to Jermaine. Again, plays it in the air towards short mid-wicket. Takes a quick single. He's off the mark. This is game number 1 of the first season of the Oil and Gas Premier League. Beautiful ball on the good length. Kishore happy to play it back. A good defensive stroke. He's assessed the conditions and the bowlers. Anything in his arc, he will go behind it. Other than that, he's ready to play, bide his time down there. Cuts it down to a short misfield out there. Ball going towards the boundary. Zain doing the fielding from there. Keeps it down to 2 runs. Score moves on to 36. We're at the end of 5 overs. Santosh has completed his 3rd over. He's given away 21 runs and taken the wicket of Jermaine. We have the first change coming up. Vinod Jacob, who's going to bowl for DNO Dynamos, the last over of the power play. Still two men outside are the man at mid-wicket and the man at extra cover. Kessler taking strike. He's batting on 1 run of the 1 ball he's faced. Balls down leg side, wide being conceded. Starts off with an extra. Three wides bowled in the inning so far, and a leg bye being. Vinod to bowl towards Kessler. Another wide being called. So Vinod spraying the ball on either side of the wicket and has conceded 2 runs. He's bowling the first. This one in the night sky, man at mid-off taking, and it drops it. Wasn't sure. And another chance going begging down. Could have been the 3rd wicket. Santosh moving towards his left but not able to latch onto the catch. So another drop. Score moves on to 40. This time again, batsman jumping down the track, trying to play it over extra cover, misses it. Ball nestling into the keeper's gloves. Score remains on 40. The umpires for today's game, Harish standing at square leg and Amir, who's at the moment standing at the straighter end. This one, chance for another catch again. Misfield, and the ball goes towards the long on boundary. So 2 catches in the last 2 balls resulted in 6 runs and no wicket being claimed. Slowest full toss. Kessler not in complete control of it, but the ball going towards the boundary. See a change in the field, the man at extra cover coming in and the man at mid-on falling back towards the long on. Sensing that not many balls have gone towards the cover region. And another wild swing by the batsman, playing totally across the line, jumping down the track. Better off playing with a straightish bat. 44, 5th ball of the power play. Last over of the power play coming up. Appeal for a caught behind. And then stumping appeal as well. So no edge there and no bat involved. Run rate steadily climbing to 7.54 with the last ball of the power play. Last ball plays it over the bowler's head, going towards the long off boundary. Another boundary to end the power play. 48 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. So Kessler breaking loose. He scored 11 of the 7 balls he's faced with 2 boundaries. Rather expensive over from Vinod. 12 runs being conceded there. It's a doubleheader today, so the second game of the evening would be against Supertech Cricket Club versus Oil Serve Risers. Santosh to continue. He's bowling his last over of the night, having an unchanged spell. Field restrictions being taken out. 5 men are allowed to stay outside the ring. The men inside the ring are at short fine leg, short mid wicket, covers and point. As Santosh concedes a single there to Kaisa. Conceded to Kishore. Kishore had taken strike of the first ball. Kaisa now on strike. Santosh bowls it right under the bat. The batsman digs it out and plays it towards the mid-wicket region. 1 run being added. So 50 comes up for the Cummins Arabia team in 6.2 overs for the loss of 2 wickets. The men out. Shafkat and Jermaine Rodrigues. This one slightly slowish. Kishore trying to wind up to play a big stroke. And realizes that the ball's not coming that fast. Plays it towards short covers and collects another single. The scoreboard having a steady movement out here. This time plays it across the line towards mid-wicket. 1 run being added. Kishore pushing his partner for the second run and completes it comfortably. So 2 runs added to the total. 53 for 2. Again, another wild swing. Trying to play it over the long on's head, but no connection whatsoever. First of the doubleheaders on a Saturday evening here in Dubai. Another slowish delivery, playing across the line. Umpire asking for a stumping, and it's been given. Smart work by the wicketkeeper. Wicketkeeper quite alert and breaking the stumps down. The zing bells go off, and Kesar is found outside his crease, so he's deemed stumped. He's out for 14 of the 11 balls he had faced. He had given some momentum to the innings, but unfortunately had not kept his feet behind the line, so he loses his wicket. So the third wicket down for 53. We are in the 7th over. No, I have not been given. The last one on the left side. A new batsman walking in. Swings it towards short fine, takes off for a single. Asif Saeed, the new batsman. Who's got there? Kishore, in the meanwhile, collected a single for himself. Prabhat Saxena, the bowler. Another dot ball to the innings, and Kaisar Amin was deemed run out by the umpires. Prabhat bowling to Asif, plays it towards mid-wicket. Nobody there at short mid-wicket. The man at deep mid-wicket running in, keeps it down to a single. 55 for 3. We're in the 8th over of the innings, a 2020 tournament for the oil and gas field employees. Another shortish one. Kishore plays it towards deep mid-wicket. The man there fielding, keeping it down to another single again. 55 for 3. The 57 for 3. 7.4 overs completed. This tournament sponsored by, as we see another wicket being falling down. So the fourth casualty for Cummins Arabia. Asif Saeed losing his wicket. Trying to play across the line, loses his stump. He is bowled by Prabhat Saxena for 1 run of 3 balls. So as runs have kept coming, so have the wickets fallen. So 57 for 4. Prabhat Saxena getting success in the first over that he's bowled. The main sponsors for this tournament: Bluebell Shipping, Sovo Well, associate sponsors PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtri and Caltros. Four wickets have fallen in the 8th over. Kishore still out there in the middle watching the parade of wickets falling around him. He is on 25 of 21 balls. No sixes scored yet. We just have had boundaries so far. 5 boundaries scored so far. Amit Deshpande, Managing Director of Cummins Arabia. He had inaugurated the tournament earlier in the evening. He's out there in the middle facing Prabhat. Well played, single towards short covers. 1 run to him. So the end of 8 overs, 58 for the loss of 4 wickets. Prabhat Saxena giving away 5 runs and collecting a wicket. This game followed by the next game of the evening, Supertech Cricket Club versus Oil Serve Risers. The Oil and Gas Premier T20 Cricket Extravaganza being played here at the Eagle Cricket Grounds on Dubai Hatta Road. As we see, as we move into the night, the temperature is dropping down and it gets a bit more cooler. Hit Jitesh, the new bowler, appeal for a leg before. Kishore playing down the line, missing it, ball going down the leg. So yeah, the Amit was a batsman who was playing across the line. Lucky for him, the ball going down leg side. So he survives. He's on one of two balls. Jitesh bowling the slowish ball. Full toss being over the wayside, being called a no ball. So a free hit coming up. So first free hit of the tournament. And the MD of Cummins Arabia gets the honors of facing that delivery. Let's see what does he have to do with that. Jitesh bowling the free hit ball. Amit taking strike. Swings across the line. It's his hits his thigh guard and goes to the keeper. No run taken there. The advantage lost. 61 for 4. Sam stays back and cuts it towards point. Charlie unable to stop that one. The ball going towards the point boundary. The man it covers doing the fielding. Keeps it down to 2 runs. Parrying the ball back to Charlie. Charlie to James. And the ball being given back to the bowler. 63 for 4. Ball. Quick big work by the man at covers running towards the point boundary. And so this one plays it down towards covers. Single taken. Score moves on to 64. Amit Deshpande on 4 of 5 balls. Kishore batting 26 of 22. He's been there right from the start of the innings. Slowish delivery, quiet appeal for a caught behind. The bowler wasn't sure. Aborted his appeal midway. So 64 for 4. Loopy delivery right under the batsman's bat. No run being scored there. So score remains on 64 at the end of 9 overs. Current run rate 7.11. The couple of wickets that Cummins Arabia has lost has diminished the scoring run rate from 7.5 to 7.11. Current run rate will get them to 142. They will want to get much more than that, but they need to have somebody playing through the innings. Kishore has done that so far. They would ideally want him to continue down. Amit taking strike. Full toss, swings it over the square leg and a boundary. So his first boundary coming up. Prabhat Saxena bowling a friendly full toss, and Amit quite happy to deposit that over the square leg region. Change in field. The man at square leg going out towards deep backward square leg. 3 men on the onside patrolling the boundary. Long on mid wicket and a man at deep backward square leg, and another 2 men on the offside at covers and long off. The 5 men patrolling the boundary this time. Again, slowish delivery. Amit wanting to play it towards short mid wicket and take a single, but denied by Kishore. Prabhat quick enough to collect the ball on his follow through. Again, this one chops it down. Takes it the inner half of the bat and falls quite closer to the wicket keeper. So no run added there. 68 is what the score is as we're coming to the midway of the innings. 3 balls away from the 10th over being bowled out here by DNO. In a defensive stroke towards short point and a single being collected there. Prabhat just trying to quickly run through his overs. It's not giving the batsman much time. Again, plays it towards a chance of a run out there. And is that the run out? Yes, a suicidal run there. playing it to the right of the pitch and wanting a quick single. Amit obliging, but Prabhat quite quick enough to take the ball and having 3 stumps to shy it. And 69 for 5 now. He scored 26 of the 25 balls. Cummins Arabia would have wanted him to continue, but a suicidal run out sees the fall of his wicket. So last ball of the 10th over coming up. New man Manish Deepani batting at number 7. He's taking Amit Deshpande taking strike high in the right sky, just falling short of the mid-on area. 1 run being added. The man at long on coming in and doing the fielding. So 70 for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of 10 overs. Let's have a look at this scorecard. Kishore and Shafkat had opened the innings for Cummins Arabia. Shafkat, the first man to go out, bowled Chandan Kumar Singh for 2. Jamin Fernandez out for 9 of 7 balls with 1 boundary. He was caught. Zain bowled Santosh. Kaisar Amin was the third to go. He was out 14 of 11 balls, 2 hits to the fence. He was run out as he was found wandering outside his crease. Asif Saeed playing across the line lost his stump. Was bowled by Prabhat Saxena for 1, and the last man to go, Kishore, out for 26 of 25 with 2 hits to the fence. He was run out after trying to attempt a suicidal run. So at the end of 10 overs, 70 for 5. Men batting at the centre. Amit Deshpande is batting 10 of 10 with 1 boundary. Manish Deepani is yet to face a ball. Bowling analysis. Santosh completing his quota, 4 overs, 26 runs, 1 wicket. Chandan Kumar, 2 overs, 14 runs, 1 wicket. Vinod Jacob, expensive, 1 over, 12 runs, no wicket. And Prabhat Saxena bowling 2 overs, 11 runs, 1 wicket. Hitesh bowling a solitary over and giving away 5 runs with no wickets. As we come to the second half of the innings,
End of 10 overs there. Cummins Arabia 70 for 5. The run rate 7.0.
well, action coming up at the end of 10 overs, 70 for 5. Okay, live action back 70 for 5. Amit Deshpande playing it towards point, collects a single. As we have Soumya from Cummins Arabia talking to us. He's the technical specialist in the Indian division. Soumya, welcome, and your thoughts on the game so far?
Thank you. Thanks for having me here. The game is, I think, evenly poised, a little bit in the favor of Dynamos at this point of time with the way they are bowling. I think they have kept their line and length pretty well, and they have taken crucial wickets up front. So it's up to our Cummins Arabia guys. I think we have the capability to actually put up a decent score over here. We have to build a partnership, and that's what we are striving for right now.
As we speak, 2 wides have been given away. They've been quite good. Apart from that, the 2 wickets that you lost, one was both courtesy run out. One was one of them standing outside the crease, and Kishore then going for a suicidal run. What has been the team talk as to go for, push yourself to get those risky runs?
I would not think so. I mean, that was not planned at all. I think the first run out was a bit of misfortune. The batsman didn't realize that he was out of the crease. And the second run out also, with the way the game was moving, I think Kishore was trying to take a single. And the ball went straight to the fielder's hand. I think credit to the fielder also, he put a direct throw onto the wicket, and that was an amazing piece of fielding.
What sort of a score are you looking from here? You must have been a talk at the midway innings at 70 for 5. You have the side in the hut. What sort of a score are you guys looking up to put up and put pressure on the DNO Dynamo boys?
I think anything above 160 would be a very good score to defend in this wicket. I feel the wicket is slowing down. It is slow from the very beginning. The outfield is also slow. I don't know how much dew would be there in the second innings, but if the way the things are moving right now, I think anything above 160 is going to be a good score to defend.
Thank you, Soumya, for your time. We will catch up with you through the tournament again, as we've seen 7 runs being scored of the 3 legal deliveries that Hitesh has bowled, 2 wides being conceded and a no ball. So Manish Deepani trying to make use of the free hit, just managing to get a single, and then Amit Deshpande now following it up with another single. So score moves on to 78. It's all now up to these 2 men. Probably considered the last of the recognized batsmen that are there in the Cummins Arabia team. Another single being stolen from point. Charlie trying a one-hander, managing to stop the ball, but not able to stop the single being given away. So 79 for 5. Last ball of the 11th over, Hitesh again. The umpire's in a dilemma as to call it. He calls it a dead ball. This time was no ball. The ball pitching twice before the popping crease. So another free hit coming up. Amit gets another. This one again, another no ball. So the free hit continues. Remember, this is a tournament where 2 no balls have been bowled above the waist height. So as per law, Hitesh has been taken off the attack. So as Soumya said, that they would want somebody to get them those runs. Wouldn't mind that the bowler's giving away some of those extra runs. So James Foster comes in to fill in the last ball of the over. .5 overs is what Hitesh had bowled and given away 13 runs. Trying to swing it across, missed there. So the second time that Amit Deshpande has been given a free hit, is unable to capitalize on it. 11 overs completed, 80 for the loss of 5 wickets. So rather lengthy over coming to an end. 9 balls being bowled in that. Rather 10 balls being bowled in that over. James Foster bowling, giving away first ball. He gave a single, and the second one was a good delivery. Keeper unable to catch it. Byes being conceded out here. 2 byes being given away. Amit plays it towards short covers and takes a single. लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिन ऐसा के पहले माले से डालेगा मार के 84 for 5. Manish on strike. He's batting 5 of 6. Short ball, plays it towards deep square leg. 1 run being added. Score moves on to 85. Amit plays it down towards long off for another single. End of 12 overs. Score 86 for the loss of 5 wickets. A small little partnership. Small little partnership being stitched out here between Manish and Amit. Trying to reconstruct this innings that had lost its momentum after the initial burst of runs that they had. Partnership of 17 runs of the 15 balls that they faced between themselves. Prabhat Saxena to continue. He is bowling his 3rd over. Beautiful shot towards covers. Paul trying to do the fielding. Misfields there, giving away an extra run. So that was Charlie out there. Amit now a bit of sloppiness. 3rd run being there. So 1 run resulting in a misfield and a slowish throw, giving away 2 extra runs to the team. Score moves on to 89. A partnership of 20. Manish plays it square, cuts it towards point. Fielder takes a single out there. 90 for 5. 12.2 overs completed. Looping delivery, plays it towards covers. This time, Charlie doing well to stop the ball and keep it to a single. .91 for 5. Prabhat into Manish, comes down the track. Again, taking the inner half of the bat, going towards deep backward square leg. Amit wanting a double, Manish declining that. Happy to keep it down to a single. 1 run added to the total. Score moves on to 92. Run rate of 7.26. Will projected to go at 145. Amit plays it towards point. Deep point, 1 run added. The man at covers doing the fielding, unable to stop the 2 runs. The keeper moving forward to collect the throw. So 2 runs added to the total. 94 for 5. Last ball of the 13th over coming up. Short as well, edged. And Paul showing his footwork out there, stops the ball from going to the boundary. 1 run added. End of the score. Paul, a 58-year-old youngster for DNO Dynamos. Was he? A brief stop and play. Prabhat having a word with James. Just asking him what sort of field does he want to have. He's happy with the field that is being set. The man out on the boundary line. We have a man at covers, long off. A man at cow corner and the man at square leg, deep backward square leg. I see a couple of fielders swapping places. The Oil and Gas Premier League, sponsored by Servowell, Bluebell Shipping, PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry and Caltros. James into ball to Amit. Amit misses, so does the keeper. Another bye added to the total. So DNO Dynamos had a lot of discipline in the first 6 to 8 overs of the innings that they had bowled. Given away a few extras, helping the cause of Cummins Arabia. Shortish ball, plays it towards the man at long on. 1 run being added by the time the fielder throws in. Amit Deshpande quite quick enough to collect a 2nd run. So 2 runs added to the total. 16 extras being given away. 7 wides, 3 no balls, 3 leg byes and 3 byes. This time plays it over point region for a boundary. A welcome boundary for Cummins Arabia. So 100 coming up for the Cummins Arabia team. They're in the 14th over. Innings gaining some momentum. Another full toss. Chance of a cotton ball. Is he being caught? This time played Amit Deshpande playing this one. $104 for 5 at the end of 14 overs. The partnership now over 35 of 27 balls. Amit Deshpande 26 of 24, 2 hits to the fence. Manish Dipani 10 of 12 balls. As we have a brief hold in play as players swap positions out here. Zain, the new bowler, 7th bowler for his side. Santosh, the only bowler so far to complete his quota of 4 overs tonight. Manish Dipani on strike. Zain bowls towards Manish, goes to a short third man, single being added. The 6 teams taking part in this tournament: Cummins Arabia, DNO Dynamos, GSS Pipe and Fittings, Olive Serve Risers, Petrofac and Supertech. There's another run being conceded out there. Scored 105, the 106 for 5 at the end of 14.2 overs. Zain from bowling from round the wicket. Slowish off spinners out here. Shortish ball, plays it towards long leg, gets a boundary. Score moves on to 110. So as Soumya said, that they were hoping that these two boys can keep the scoreboard ticking, and they have done it. They've already scored 41 runs of the 31 balls that they have scored. Manish collecting his second boundary. This time stonks it over long on. The man at long on doing the fielding. A misfield there and a boundary conceded. Slightly shortish ball. Makes full use of it. The man at long on helping his cause by parrying the ball over the rope. So another boundary to the total. He's got his third boundary. This time, foolish delivery, and there was mid-wicket for another boundary. So cheer into the Cummins Arabia camp. Third boundary of the over, score propelling to 118 for 5. Current run rate of 7.96 will get them to 159 out here. And momentum back with the Cummins Arabia boys. Manish Dipani racing away to 26 of 17 balls, 4 hits to the fence. Amit Deshpande anchoring the innings so far. This time Zain pulling the length a bit back, wanting to cut but no edge whatsoever. 118 for 5. We're at the end of 15 overs. So the last 5 overs of the innings coming up. Second game coming up after this will be the Oil Serve Risers, who will take on Super Tech Cricket Club. And tomorrow will be a single game where JSS Pipes and Fittings will take on Petrofac. $118 for 5. Chandan continuing. He's coming to bowl his third over. Amit wanting to cut this towards point region. No deflection whatsoever. Ball going in towards the keeper's gloves. This time managing to cut it towards point. Prabhat doing the fielding out there. 1 run added. 119. Chandan to Manish, edges this one. The man at short third man doing the fielding, keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 120. We're in the 16th over of the innings. This time comes down the wicket, plays it towards long off, 1 run being added. And by the time the fielder fields it, another double being added to the score. Moves on to 122. Excellent fielding, running between the wickets by both these batsmen. Partnership of 51, so 51 runs partnership of the 37 balls that these two men have faced, have taken. As Amit moves across to the off stump, takes a ball going towards deep point. A man from covers by the time he does the fielding. 2 runs being added. So 124 is what the score is. Last ball of the 16th over coming up. Another one. Batsman trying to move across and chase this one again. No run. Smart bit of bowling. Just bowling it outside the arc of the batsman. So end of the over. 124 for 5. 5 runs being scored in this over, so a sedate over by Cummins Arabia Sons. Rather 6 runs being given, no boundary conceded. So that's a bit of a moral victory for the bowler when you do not concede boundaries at the back end of the innings. Prabhat Saxena marshalling his troops. He's given away 19 runs of the 3 overs he's bowled. As we see Amit Deshpande coming back, I guess he's not feeling too well out there in between. Must have pulled up a muscle or two. So you see he's retired hurt, Prabhat Saxena. So rather Amit Deshpande, sorry. Steadying the ship along with Manish Dipani, who's batting on 27 of 19 as Ed Horst, the new batsman, coming in place of Manish Dipani. Seventeenth over coming up. Ed Horst, power hitter batsman, coming at the back end of the innings as a finisher's role to play. Yes. Edos taking strike to Prabhat Saxena. Ball racing towards the cow corner, boundary being scored, a boundary to start of the over, 128 for 5. Manish Dipani, the batsman, collecting his 5th boundary. He's on 31 of 20 balls. This time in the air, the man at short cover coming in, overrunning on the ball, conceding another run apart from dropping the catch. So although DNO Dynamos had put a lead on the scoring with a few wickets, the catching has been found a bit wanting out here. 130 being this time Edos playing, Edos playing across the line. .130 for 5. This time foolish delivery, plays it down to long on, 1 run being added. Here at the Eagle Cricket Grounds in Dubai Hatta Road, on the outskirts of Dubai. Slowish delivery, playing across the line. Ball just quite close to the off stump. Lucky for Manish, didn't kiss the stumps, so he's still there. Comes down the track, plays it towards long on, and we have the first maximum of the tournament coming in the 17th over. So the end of 17 overs, 137 for 5. Current run rate of 8.06 will get them to 161. So last 3 overs of the Cummins Arabia innings. Manish Pandey batting 34. Manish Dipani batting 34 of 23 with 5 hits to the fence. Edos just faced the 2 balls and scored the first maximum of the innings of the tournament as well. We know Jacob coming into the attack. He had given away 12 runs in the only over that he's bowled so far. Manish taking strike. Shortish ball, plays it towards wideish long off, and on the misfield there. Concedes an extra run, lucky for the fielder that the ball had not crossed the boundary, so 2 runs added to the total, 139 for 5. As James Foster is standing out, waiting to come inside the field. Cuts, trying to cut that one. Was more better off playing it straighter. It wasn't a ball that was too close to cut. So ball nestling into the keeper's gloves again. Again a wild swing. Wanting to maximize these last few deliveries that they have. Makes no connection whatsoever. Walks down the track, plays it towards deep mid-wicket. 1 run being taken. Both the batsmen ambling away just for a single. Score moves on to 140. 17.4 overs completed. So, Prabhat, again, foolish delivery just under the batsman. Bat, 1 run being taken at long on, so 5 runs coming of the over so far. Last ball of the over coming up, rather 4 runs being given away. Last ball of the over coming up. Partnership of 17 runs with 11 balls that they both have faced. This time slowish delivery, cutting down on pace. Manish playing quickly. 1 run being added to the total, 142 for 5. The last 2 overs coming up, the penultimate over. As Manish Dipani as the new man, Manish Dipani retiring himself. As Ahmed taking strike. 142 for 5. Last 2 overs of the innings coming up. Chandan to bowl his last over of the evening. He's given away 20 runs and taken the first wicket of the tournament. Foolish delivery. Plays it towards the man at extra covers. Doing the fielding. 1 run taken and then completing the second as well. As since score moves on to 144. Ayaz taking strike. He's got 2 runs of the first ball he's bowled. Chandan bowling the second ball of the over. This is the 19th over, so batsman will try to maximize as he tries to do this one. The ball going towards long on. Another second run being taken, so DNO Dynamos have to tighten their fielding a bit, conceding too many easy runs out there. Score moves on 246. We're in the 19th over. Chandan to Ayaz. This one right over the bowler's head. 1 run being taken. A man at long off. This time doing the fielding. Chance of a run out there. Again another double being conceded. So 6 runs coming of the first 3 balls. Although we see some good fielding out there, the extra runs are being conceded, and this could what hurt the DNO Dynamos at the end. So 148 is what the score is. 6 runs being added in the 3 balls of the over so far. This time, foolish delivery, plays it towards long on. 1 run being added. A quick release by the fielder keeps it down to a single. 149. Edos taking strike. Foolish delivery, plays it down towards long off. The men at long off and long on being quite busy this over. Again limiting down to a single. So the 150 coming up. We are in the 19th over. Last ball of the 19th over coming up. A not so bad over from Chandan. He's not considered any boundaries, but 8 runs have been scored. So both the teams would be quite happy at this juncture trying to collect runs, and the team trying to stop the boundaries. Let's see what comes up the last ball. Plays it over, covers, and a boundary. So something which Chandan would not have wanted, but Bulls dishes out a foolish delivery. Ayaz flaying this one over the cover region for a boundary. So 150 rather. Ayaz scores a 6 maximum, so the second maximum of the tournament. 156 for 5, 19th overs completed. 8.21 is the current run rate. So last over coming up. Chandan completing his quota of 4 overs, giving away 34 runs and collecting a wicket. Vinod coming into bowl the last over of the innings. He's given away 17 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled. Given away 12 runs in the first over he bowled and 5 in the. So this time, let's see. Bowling it just a bit away from the batsman. He plays it towards long off. 1 run. 157. He gets instructions to try to bowl under the block hole. This time plays it. Foolish delivery again. 1 run being added. The batsman alert and take another extra run. So 2 runs added to the total. 159 for 5. So 160 mark going to get breached out here. A wide ball. So we'll have to reload again. 4 runs conceded of the 2 balls bowled in this over. Again over the bowler's head. Batsman crossing over for a single. A misfield again. 2 runs being conceded. 162 for 5. Umpire, batsman hoping for a wide, but smart bit of work by the bowler. Bowls it just inside the tram lines, so get away with that. So 4th ball completed. 5th ball of the last over coming up. Again plays it towards extra cover. 1 run being taken. This time the batsman not risking that extra run. So Edos to face the last ball of the innings. 163 is what the score is. As he plays it down towards long on, completing a single, coming back for the second. Is there a chance of a run out? 2 runs being added to the total. So 165 is what the score is at the end of 20 overs. As we run through the scorecard of Cummins Arabia, Kishore out 26 of 25 with 2 hits to the fence. Shafkat Shiraz 2 of 5 balls. Jermaine Fernandez 9 of 7 balls with 1 hit to the fence. Kaisar Amin 14 of 11 balls, 2 hits to the fence. Asif Saeed 1 run of the 3 balls he faced. Amit Deshpande retired hurt 27 of 30 balls with 1 hit to the fence. Manish Dipani retired hurt 38 of 28 balls, giving the much needed momentum that the team needed of the 5 hits he hit to the fence. Edos giving the last bit of flourish, 11 runs of 6 balls with 1 maximum. Ayaz Ahmad 18 of 9 balls with 1 maximum. Extras being 19 runs, 8 wides, 4 no balls, 3 leg byes and 4 byes. Bowling analysis: Santosh 4 overs, 26 runs, 1 wicket. Chandan Kumar 4 overs, 34 runs, 1 wicket. Vinod Jacob 3 overs, 26 runs, no wicket. Prabhat Saxena 4 overs, 32 runs, 1 wicket. Hitesh bowling 2 overs and giving away 14 runs. James Foster 2 overs, 13 runs, no wicket. And Zain bowling the solitary over and giving 13 runs off the wicket. So 166 is what DNO Dynamos need in this opening fixture of the Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1. Chase coming up in the next few minutes. Okay. Yeah. Welcome back live. 165 is what Arabian Cummins Arabia have scored. We have Amit Deshpande, MD of Cummins Arabia. Amit, welcome. 15 years since the last time you said you played this game. How is the body keeping up?
Well, I've been trying to maintain my fitness all throughout these years, so it wasn't so bad. We managed to run a lot out between the wickets, and I think that helped us to get a better score. So yeah.
Any reason for retiring out? Was it that you wanted your pinch hitters to come in and blast off, and you were anchoring the innings at one time? You saw a couple of runouts being happening in front of you. Is that what the team plan was?
Absolutely, that was a strategy. So I was to go in there and hold up the wickets and make at least 6 to 8 runs per over, and then last 5 overs we wanted to go in and score maximum as we could as a team.
And 165, the team is happy to at the end of the innings.
Yeah, when we looked at the wicket, the ball was coming on slow. The outfield is also fairly slow. So I think 160 is a winning target.
And your team, the composition, very confident enough that you're going to go all the way through to the finals and clinch this trophy?
Well, this is our first tournament, and we are looking to the best out of it. And we are taking every match as it comes, and looking forward to win every match.
Anyway, thank you for your time, and good luck with the rest of the tournament. We'll catch on with you again, Amit. That's the position right now at the center. 166 is what DNO Dynamos need to clinch this opening encounter of the Oil and Gas Premier League. As we were in talk with Amit Deshpande from Cummins Arabia. Live action coming up in the next few moments again. Thank you. बंदा चाय भूल गया नहीं इधर छोड़ दिया इंटरव्यू के लिए लेके चला गया James. James. Quick one. ठीक है? All right, James, please. The camera's right in front of you there, yeah? All right? All right. We have James Foster from DNO Dynamos. James, first of all, welcome. And happy with the way the captain's given you just 2 overs to bowl at a critical time when when the runs were going?
Well, the thing is, the skipper got me playing on Wednesday in a warm-up match, and did my Achilles. So honestly, I was very happy to only have to bowl 2 overs and 1 just to make up for Hitesh, right? So it's just good to be out and having some fun.
And how are the boys gelling well? How long since you all have come in as a team, and been the team talk all together through the tournament?
So we sort of decided we were going to get the team together about 2 weeks ago. We had a couple of nets at the weekend, and we played a warm-up match on Wednesday. So you can imagine we're not the most professional team out here. I think probably all the other teams have had a bit more practice. I know the Oil Serve team have been playing together for 4 years because I founded the Oil Serve team. And Vinit and Jatin and Akhilesh have sort of taken it on since I left Oil Serve. But they've been playing together for 4 years, right? So I don't think we did too badly considering we've been together about 2 weeks.
Okay. 165 is what they have scored. Happy with the way you think you have the arsenal to chase down the score?
Well, I think a lot's going to come down to our skipper, Prabhat. So he's our number one batsman. We've got a couple of pinch hitters in. Zane's a bit of a pinch hitter, so we'll see how it goes in the first 5 overs. Hopefully we get off to a good start and he doesn't try and hit one off middle stump and miss it.
What's your role? You're a pinch hitter or a lower order? Do you want to finish it off?
You know, I think the last game of cricket I played was probably about 25 years ago until Wednesday. So I came out on Wednesday and knocked 23 off 25. A long time ago I used to open, but I've never played T20. So when I was a kid we used to play 50 overs quite a lot, and I used to be okay then. But my eyesight's not so good, and neither's my Achilles. So I'm just doing it for a bit of fun and trying to get some team building with the DNO guys. So we're out here just to have some fun. It doesn't matter whether we win, lose or draw. We're just trying to make the most of it and enjoy the time out on the pitch.
Yeah, thank you for your time and all the best for the rest of the tournament. Hope you get a couple of wins and you score quite a few runs and a couple of wickets to end the tournament.
Honestly, even if I don't, it's been good to get on the pitch because honestly, I thought I'd never get on the pitch again. You know, it's been 25 years since I went on a cricket pitch, so it's just nice to get on the field again.
Anyway, thanks for your time and all the best for the rest of the tournament. That's James Foster for you from DNO Dynamos. We have live action coming in as we have the last minute technicalities being worked out here. 166 is what DNO Dynamos need to win, and James Foster, as he said, is banking on his captain Prabhat Saxena to try to get some impetus to this innings as we have the first ball of the chase coming down. Foolish delivery, plays it down towards point, a single being taken. So chase underway, first run coming of the first ball. OGPL tournament. A wide down leg side. Well, good take by the keeper, moving swiftly towards his leg side. Manish Dipani donning the gloves for his side. Prashant was the man who took strike, followed by his partner Zen, who is on strike at the moment. He sees a ball going down leg side and didn't want to fiddle with it. 1 run added. 2 runs is what the score is at the end of 1 ball. 166 is the magical figure that they have. Zen trying to play across the line, moves to his off stump, wanting to make use of the vacant mid-wicket region. No edge whatsoever. As we are in the power play, we have 2 men outside the ring. We have Eldos at a long off. And the man at third man, Ayaz Ahmed, the bowler. Again, foolish delivery right under the bat. Zain just playing it back towards the bowler. So Ayaz cutting down on pace, trying to keep the ball towards the batsman, not trying to bowl it short or too full, trying to bowl it in the 4 to 6 meter mark, which normally that you keep bowling to batsmen. Sam too close to him for him to pull that one, manages to get onto the glove, a ball going towards a short square leg, and 1 run being added to the total score. Moves on to 3. Prabhat taking strike 2. Cuts this one towards third man, delicately moving the ball towards third man. 1 run added. Score moves on to 4. Sen on strike. 5th ball of the first over coming up. High over the bowler's head. 1 run being added. Zen trying to maximize the power play, being sent in as a man to take on the power play. So far, Ayaz has managed to keep him quiet. So the end of first over, 5 runs for the loss of no wickets. Both the batsmen having 2 runs to their credit and 1 wide. So 5 is what they've accumulated so far. 161 runs required of the 19 overs to be bowled. The Oil and Gas Premier League Season 1, as Eldos gets ready to bowl the second over of the innings. The Oil and Gas Premier League. Quite a few sponsors in this team. Bluebell Shipping, Servowell, PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry, Caltros. Support that needs for a successful tournament to be held, and thank you to the sponsors so far. As Eldos quickly enough beating Prabhat for pace out there. Right arm medium pace. Eldos bowling to Prabhat. Plays it towards short covers, no run being added there. This is the first of the doubleheader tonight, followed by the game between Oil Serves and Supertech. Trying to play across the line, not the length that he should be trying such a shot. He's more better off playing through the line. So Eldos being quick out there, keeping the ball outside the off stump, and just inviting the batsman to play across the line. Oh, another beautiful ball, beating Prabhat all ends up. No runs of the over so far. Score remains of 5. This time manages to get a full toll of it and a 1 bounce boundary. The first boundary of the innings. Prabhat latching on to that. Slightly short this time and sending the ball towards the mid-wicket region. We're in the power play, so batsman will want to make maximum use of the power play. Score moves on to 9. He moves on to 6. This time over point 1 run added to the total, another 5 runs over. So at the end of 2 overs, 10 for the loss of no wicket. Prabhat batting on 7, Zain batting on 2. Rather, it was Zain who had taken strike in the last over. Prabhat taking strike now. Chance of a catch, a shot covers, and that's the first blow for DNO Dynamos, losing Zain for 7 runs of the 11 balls he had faced, 1 boundary which he had scored. Zain caught by German Fernandez of the bowling of Ayaz. He is out for 7 of 11 balls he's faced. Newman skipper Prabhat Saxena walking in at the fall of the first wicket. Cuts it towards third man. He's off the mark. Score moves on to 12. So he scores 11. Prashant playing back towards the bowler. No run being added there. Prashant on strike to Ayaz. Outer edge, ball flying towards the third man region. 1 run added. Fielder quite alert enough, running in towards the ball and fielding it, not allowing any kind of additional run to be scored. Prabhat cuts it towards point, sets up for a quick single. Moves on to 2 of 2. Score moves on to 13 for the loss of 1 wicket. Ayaz Ahmed bowling 1.4 over 7 runs and taking the 1 wicket that has fallen so far. Prashant winding up to try to play a big stroke, stopping himself from doing that. End of the third over, 13 for 1. Eldo is to come and bowl his second over. This tournament being played at the Eagle Cricket Ground here on the Dubai Hatta Road and the outskirts of Dubai. cool breeze and the temperatures drop down. Prabhat plays it towards third man again, the third time that he's played towards the third man region and scored 3 runs so far. Aldo's bowling his second over. It's the 4th over of the innings. We're in the power play. 2 fielders allowed outside the ring. The man at third man and the man at long on. Both men diagonally opposite each other. Then Yorker length. Prashant just managing to dig it out. Again, another foolish delivery. Plays it down. Back to the bowler. Elders is a tall guy managing to come down on time and stop the balls. No run added. So 6 teams in this tournament. Cummins Arabia, DNO Dynamos, Oil Serve Risers, Supertech Cricket Club, JSS Pipes and Fittings, and Petrofac, as we see Prashant taking a single. Just to continue, 5th ball of you. Beautiful shot, making use of the width that was offered to him. Plays it towards deep gully and collects 2 runs there. 17 for 1, the last ball of the 4th over coming up. 166 is what DNO Dynamos are chasing. They need another 149 of 97 balls. Current run rate of 4.43 and the required run rate has reached 9.22. So they need somebody to give some momentum to the innings. Prabhat plays it back towards the bowler. No run added to the total. 17 for 1 at the end of 4 overs. 4 overs of the power play completed. Not much damage apart from the 1 boundary that was scored by DNO Dynamos. So you have a bowling change. Kishore comes into ball. First change bowler. A fielder's being kept in the right place, a rather in outfield. You got a short cover and a man at mid off slightly on the wider range, inviting the drive. Again, Prashant trying to cut this one. Not getting any sort of contact with the bat or the glove. The ball going into the keeper's gloves. The wicket slightly on the slower side now. Batsman will have to make all the pace this time. Jumps down the track. Misses that one. Prabhat going down and having a word with his partner, asking him to assess the situation and play according to that, not play across the line. That's good thinking by the skipper. chips this one towards mid-on. 1 run added. Single's not going to hurt DNO Dynamos. They'll be more than happy to give away these runs. Current run rate is 4.09. The required run rate has jumped to 9.55. This run rate keeps jumping as and when the overs keep completing. If the batsmen are not going to get any sort of momentum. Prabhat now. Straightish bat plays it towards mid-on. A man at long on coming in to the circle and fielding. 1 run again added to the total. Kishore to Prashant. Plays it through the inner half of the bat. Ball going towards the square leg fence. 2 runs added to the total. Quick work by the man at Sean Fine, so keeping it down to 2 runs. Yes. Slowish delivery, going on to hit the pad. A quiet sort of appeal. Ball going down the leg side. So end of the 5th over, 21 for 1. Asim Kamar, the captain, bringing himself on. Second change. Bowling the last over of power play. Bowling from round the wicket. Bowling to his counterpart Prabhat. Wide down leg side. Not the kind of start that he would want. Prabhat happy to collect that extra run for his side. Score moves on to 22. Again, shortish down, plays it towards short fine. Lucky to Prabhat not making good contact with them, just playing it the edge of the bat. So ball trickling down to short fine and a single run being added. Wide ball being called again outside the tram line, so another extra to the total. Score moves on to 24. Shortish ball, plays it towards square leg, unable to stop the single. Chance of a run out. Bowler not reaching the stumps on time. A direct hit would have resulted in a run out, but not to be. So 1 run added to the total. Score moves on to 25. Plays it towards short covers. Single, no run added. Fourth ball of the power play, last over of power play. This time, quick single taken, misfield, but no additional run. Score moves on to 26. Current run rate 4.59. Required run rate jumping to 9.77. This time placing across the line, and Prashant has lost his stump, so he's out for 8 of the 15 balls he faced. Asim this time pitching it up, not giving any sort of width, and the batsman playing down the wrong length and losing his stump. So 26 for 2. We're in the 6th over as the last ball of power play coming up. Man out, Prashant out for 8 of 15 balls. New man Chandan Kumar Singh coming at number 4 at the fall of Prashant's wicket. It's the T20 extravaganza, a 6-week tournament, 6 teams playing, while Asim again fires one down the leg side, being called a wide, so another run added. Score moves on to 27. Also no ball, so free hit coming up, overstepping. Extras helping the cause for DNO Dynamos. Only 5 extras being given, 4 wides and 1 no ball being bowled. And a free hit coming up, albeit the last ball of the power play. Let's see what Chandan's got to do here. Asim from round the wicket. Slowest delivery. Batsman missing it completely. No advantage taken whatsoever. So score remains on 28 for 2 at the end of the power play. As we have a look at the scorecard, Prashant out 8 of 15 balls, no hit to the fence. Zain, the first man out, 7 of 11 balls with 1 hit to the fence. Prabhat Saxena, the mainstay, is batting on 8 of 9 balls. Chandan Kumar has just joined him, has yet to get up the mark of the 2 balls that he's bowled. Kishore to continue his second over, the 7th over of the innings. The game to follow after this game is the one between Oil Serve Risers versus Supertech. It's end of power play, so 5 fielders now allowed outside the circle as Kishore bowls, fires one down the leg side again and being penalized for a wide. Score moves on to 29. Beautiful shot over the point region, and Prabhat collects his first boundary. Kishore just giving away some width, and Prabhat quite happy to send this one over the point region. Score moves on to 33. They need somebody to come to the party out here and score those runs. 166 is what they're chasing. Still on 20. This time plays it towards the mid-wicket. 1 run being added, wanting a second. The fielder from deep mid-wicket coming in but unable to stop the double. So 2 runs added to the total. Score moves on to 35. Chandan wanting to cut this one, gets again at the bottom half of the bat and the ball goes back towards the bowler. No run being added. .36 for 2. We're in the 7th over. Chandan plays it to a short cover, no run added, score remains on 36. We are at the end of 7 overs. Chandan facing the 4 balls so far, has yet to get off the mark. Prabhat Saxena batting 15 of 13 balls with 1 hit to the fence. Another 130 runs required of the remaining 13 overs, required run rate of 10 runs per over. Channel number 11 pe 11 number channel. Asked him to continue his second over. Successful last over that he gave away 7 runs and gave away took out the 1 wicket. Prabhat now making use of the width again offer and puts this towards point region for another boundary. Score moves on to 40. They need many more of this. They needed 130 runs from the 13 overs at the start of this over. Starts off with the boundary, so a good start. We'll want to keep the momentum going up. As James Foster said, that he's banking on his captain to see his side home. And a couple of pinch hitters to follow. This one short, not able to make use of it. Third ball of the over. Again, trying to cut this one, not the kind of length that Asim is bowling. Asim quickly altering his line after conceding boundary of the first ball of the over. He's pulled a couple of full deliveries. Prabhat still trying to do the same by trying to play it towards the point region. It'd be more better off he plays it down the ground. This time again towards the third man, the man from deep gully, doing the fielding but can't stop the double. So 2 more runs added, 6 runs of the 4 balls that have been bowled so far. So Prabhat needs to keep the momentum going. Again, a beautiful shot. This time, the Asim making sure that the man at point is there on the boundary line. A good throw from deep point right into the keeper's gloves, keeping it down to a single. So 5 balls bowled in the over, 7 runs being added. Score moves on to 43. Chandan down leg side, wide being called. So 1 run added to the total. Score moves on to 44. Asim reloading to bowl the last ball of the 8th over of the innings. Chandan playing across the line again, no contact whatsoever. End of the over. 44 for the loss of 2 wickets. Eight overs completed. Current run rate of 5.5. Required run rate jumping up to 10.17. As we see Jermaine warming up, probably will be called on to bowl in the next over of 2. As of now, Kishore to bowl his 3rd over. Right arm leg spinner for his side. Shortish ball, plays it over point. 1 run and a quick double by Prabhat Saxena, pushing his partner Chandan to complete those 2 runs and come back on strike. Score moves on to 46. Prabhat on 24 of 19 balls, holding this innings together. This time a foolish delivery, plays it towards deep mid-wicket. 1 run brings Chandan on strike. Chandan is yet to get off the mark. Needs to convert those dot balls into singles and give most of the strike to Prabhat, who holds the key to this innings. Chandan this time managing to bring a single. Score moves on to 48. DNO Dynamos will have to take some calculative risks now as we approach towards the midway of the innings. This is the 9th over. We're 1 over away from the mid mark. Lofts it towards covers. 1 run being added. Coming back for the 2nd. So Prabhat doing the right thing. He's kept the scoreboard moving apart from the odd boundary that he's getting. So the 50 coming up. 8.4 overs is what they get it in. Another 116 runs required of the 68 legal deliveries with 8 wickets in hand. Again, on the rise, plays it towards wideish mid-off region. 1 run added. Last ball of the 9th over coming up. 51 for 2. Chandan off the mark with a single, and Prabhat Saxena batting 28 of 22 balls. Needs support from his teammates. As Chandan tries to play 1 across the line, loses his stump. So the 3rd casualty for DNO Dynamos. As James Foster comes in. At the fall of Chandan's wicket, he's batting in number 5. Speaking to James earlier in the inning, before the start of the innings, he was saying that he would be happy not to get a strike, but he now has to do it. At the end of 9 overs, 51 for 3 is what the score is. 116 runs. 115 more runs of the remaining 11 overs. As you see, German Fernandez coming for the first time tonight. Right arm leg spinner. Within the 10th over, coming towards the midway of the innings. Prabhat taking strike. Good loopy delivery. Trying to invite the batsman to play. Prabhat rocking back and playing it back towards the bowler. Just trying to size him up and see what sort of a length or line that German is wanting to bowl. This time bowls it wide outside the off stump. Being penalized with the wide. Score moves on to 52. Shortish ball, plays it towards square leg. The man at square leg trying to do the fielding. But the ball rolls over towards the fence. A misfield there, so another boundary. Slightly short on the pads. All Prabhat had to do was make contact with it, and the ball moves over the square leg fence for a boundary. Score moves on to 56. This time plays it towards gully region. 1 run added, wanting a second, but rightly so sent back by James. So James taking strike for the first time to the spinner. Englishman taking guard. Watches this ball, happy to leave that one, knowing that this ball's not going to touch the stump, so he's quite happy to watch him for a ball or two. 57 for 3 is what the score is. German, how is that? And loses his off stump there, so James is out for no score. German bowling it right up to the stumps. James trying to play a sweep there, misses it completely, so he's lost his stump. He's out for naught. So another wicket down, 57 for 4. having the agony to see his partners trudge back to the pavilion, a couple of them so far. I really want somebody to stay with him at the crease and try to get some runs there. New man is Parag Sharma, partnering Prabhat Saxena. A wide, initially trying to go for the cut, but deciding against it once he saw that the ball was way outside the off stump, so another extra. Jermaine trying to entice the batsman to play towards the as a shortish ball, and this one's being sent towards the rope. The umpire waiting for a confirmation for a boundary. So a shortish ball, rather eventful over coming to an end. 11 runs being scored off it, and one wicket being taken by Jermaine, conceding 2 boundaries in the inning so far. So the end of 10 overs, 62 for 4 is what DNO Dynamos have replied so far to the 165 that was scored by Cummins Arabia. Prabhat Saxena batting 33 of 25. Parag Sharma on 4 of the 1 ball that he's faced. The inning so far, the men out: Prashant out for 8 for 15, Zain out for 7 of 11 with 1 boundary, Chandan Kumar out 1 of 7 balls, James Foster none of the 2 balls that he has faced. Prabhat Saxena, the man holding this innings together midway through the innings, 62 for 4. They need another 104 runs of the last 60 balls at the rate of 10.40 as the players take a breather.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आप बताएं। साकिब तुझे कोई हक नहीं है इतना खूबसूरत होने का डिलीट करता हूँ तुझे मैं बोला साकिब तुझे कोई हक नहीं इतना खूबसूरत होने का डिलीट करता हूँ आ रहे सब आ रहे
Back to cricket again at the end of 10 overs. 11th over coming up. 62 is what they scored in the first 10 overs for the loss of that. Another full toss, plays it towards square leg, another boundary. So boundary to finish the 10th over and a boundary to start the 11th over. So 8 runs coming on the last 2 balls. Score moves on to 66, so another 100 runs required of the 59 balls. Quite possible. All Prabhat needs is somebody to stay along with him. He's quite got the capability to see his side home. He moves on to 37 of the 26 balls. 4 hits to the fence. Manish Dipani now coming into ball. Foolish delivery, plays it over cover region, another boundary. He moves on to 41, so 8 runs coming of the first 2 balls. Manish guilty of bowling a full toss of the first ball and he was deposited over long leg. The second one he bowled a foolish delivery, enough width for Prabhat to send it over cover region. This time moving across and trying to collect another boundary, ball just kissing his pads and going down to a short fine. So 1 run added. Score moves on to 71. 9 runs being scored of the first 3 balls. They need 10.4 runs at the start of this over. Parag playing across the line, squaring himself up for that one. It's ball eluding him and into the keeper's gloves. 5th ball of the over. Foolish delivery, again playing down the wrong line. Batsman more better off playing down the ground rather than playing across the line. Something which Prabhat will have to address with his batsman. Ball hitting the inner edge, a Chinese cut to a short fine. So 1 run added to the total. 72 for 4, 10 runs coming off the over. अंपायर को बोल कि वो जिंग बेल ऑन है, ऑफ नहीं हो रही है. बैट्समैन ने नहीं नहीं अच्छा अभी अभी वो लाइट वो नहीं वो बेल है ना उसकी बत्ती जल रही है. 72 for 4 at the end of 11 overs. Another 94 runs required of 54 balls. Required run rate of 10.44. Current run rate of 6.55. Prabhat Saxena batting 41 of 28 balls. As German Fernandes comes to bowl his second over. Given away 11 runs and taken 1 wicket in a beautiful one. Being called wide, bowling it outside the tram lines. Parag still trying to play this one towards mid-wicket. Not accounting for the length at which the bowler is bowling. Needs to reassess. Prabhat comes down and has a word with his partner. Probably telling him to play straighter this time. Again playing across the line and losing his stump. Not a happy captain. At the non-strike end, watching another of his partners lose his stump. So the 5th wicket down for 73. New man Vinod Jacob. Left-handed batsman Vinod. Brief fault in play as a left-hander comes into play and the field settings change. Germain to Vinod Jacob. Beautiful ball, asking for an LBW and being given. A rather late decision by the umpire, but that's the end of Vinod Jacob staying at the wicket for a solitary ball and being deemed LBW. So the next man in is going to face the hat-trick ball, so the innings getting from bad to worse for the DNO Dynamos. The 6th wicket down for 73. We are in the 12th over. German Fernandes on a hat-trick now. Got Parag Sharma out bowled and then followed it with Vinod Jacob LBW. The Oil and Gas Premier League, a 6-team tournament for 6 weeks where each team gets to play 5 matches. Sponsored by Bluebell Shipping, Servowell, associate sponsors PFF Valve Fittings, Asco Filtry and Caltros. As hat-trick ball coming up. And Santosh in to face a wide being called. Jermaine Fernandes putting a little bit of extra effort, but not helping his cause. 1 run added to the total score, moves on to 74. Foolish delivery. Santosh playing it down to short mid-wicket, 1 run added. Prabhat facing Germain. Plays it towards the square leg region. 1 run added. Coming back for the second. Quite swift. Fielder quite slow there at the square leg boundary. Concedes another double. So score moves on to 77. The 5th ball of the over coming up. 45 of 29. Cuts this towards short covers. 1 run added. Last ball of the over. Santosh nearly chopping this one on his thumbs. Lucky enough. End of the over. 78 for 6 at the end of 12 overs. They need another 88 runs of the last 8 overs. Current run rate of 6.5. Required run rate now touching 11 runs. Men to follow: Kinjal, Hitesh, Paul and Franz. Change in Manish Deepani to continue. This one playing it over, trying to play it over covers, and ball racing towards the boundary, and Prashant races to 48 of 31 balls, 6 boundaries. Manish bowling a slightly more fuller length. He needs to pull his length back. And Prabhat just indicating that this was not from the middle of the bat, but slightly on the lower half, but still managing to collect a boundary. Score moves on to 82. This time in the air, vacant mid-wicket region. Ball, another boundary, so of 50. The first 50 of the tournament. Captain Prabhat Saxena, alone, putting up a lone battle for his side. As the umpire indicating that it's a half century for Prabhat. Score 86 for 6. 52 is what he's batting on of 32 balls, 7 hits to the fence. Manish being carted for 2 boundaries, and this time bowls it down the leg side. Wide being called. Lucky that even half an edge could have taken this ball towards the fine leg boundary, but not to be. So 1 run added to the total. Score moves on to 88. This time over covers, one-handed attempt, not good enough. The ball going towards the boundary, just saved inside. So 2 runs added to the total. Score moves on to 89. .77 required of 45. Down leg side, kissing the pad, and keeper quick enough to stop the ball from going behind him, so no run added. Prabhat now playing a calculative game, wanting to keep the strike as much as he can and score the runs. Plays it towards mid-wicket, 1 run added. Score moves on to 90. Santosh on strike. Manish to bowl, foolish delivery. Plays it down towards long on, 1 run being taken. Prabhat looking for a second. Man at long on, quite alert and keeping it down to a single and the ball thrown towards the keeper. So 1 run added, 91 is what the score is at the end of 13 overs. Current run rate of 7 runs, required run rate 10.71. So productive over for the DNO Dynamos. 75 runs required of the last 7 overs. Santosh on strike. Jermaine Fernandez, 2 overs, 17 runs and 3 wickets. Manish quite expensive, 2 overs, 22 runs without a wicket. And the bowlers so far, bowling analysis, Ayaz Ahmed 2 overs, 8 runs, 1 wicket. Eldos 2 overs, 9 runs, no wicket. Kishore 3 overs, 19 runs, 1 wicket. Asim Kamar, the captain, 2 overs, 15 runs and 1 wicket. The chief record, Jermaine Fernandez, 2 overs, 17 runs for 3 wickets. And Manish Dipani giving away 22 runs of the 2 overs that he's faced. As you see a change in the bowling. Eldos coming into bowl. Santosh trying to just dab the ball to a short third man, but no run there. Santosh plays it down towards short mid-wicket, the bowler doing the fielding, keeping it down to a single. 92 for 6. Prabhat taking strike to Eldos. Over the extra cover region, misfield there, giving away the extra run and more importantly keeping Prabhat the strike. Prabhat, full toss, plays it towards deep mid-wicket, 1 run being added, wanting a second, not sure if his partner's ready for that, 1 run being scored. Prabhat making a quiet question whether it was a no ball, not to be. Umpire deems it a legal delivery. Santosh playing it down towards wideish mid-off for a single. 96 for 6. So last ball of the 14th over coming up. Beautiful ball, slightly wide outside the off stump. Prabhat wanting to play this over the point region. End of the over, 14 overs completed, 96 for 6. Another 70 runs required of the last 6 overs. Required run rate of 11.67 at the start of this 15th over of the innings. उधर से जब आ रहा है ना तो लाइट मार रहा है। और हाँ लिया मेरे को बताइए फिर मैं बता हाँ ठीक है चलो ठीक है Prabhat having a quick drink and trying to assess another 70 runs required of the last 36 balls. Not an impossible task, but Prabhat needs somebody to stay around with him and keep feeding him the strike. Azim, a premier bowler, coming back to bowl his third over. So Asim bringing back his medium pacers back. He brought in Eldos in the previous over, bringing Ayaz back to bowl, wanting to break this partnership and more importantly try to get Prabhat. Santosh plays a stroke towards mid-wicket and gets a single. That's what he's got to do. He's got to make sure he gives the strike to Prabhat. So wide being called. Ayaz trying to take the ball away from Prabhat. Erring in line and giving away an extra run. So 98 for 6. Ayaz to Prabhat. Again, anything right pitched up to him. Prabhat is quite happy to play it over the cover region. Started off playing more towards the third man area. Opened up the other areas and collects another boundary. So the 100 coming up, 102 for 6. He's batting on 62. Ayaz into bowl to Prabhat. Another foolish delivery. Plays it towards the extra cover, towards the extra cover region. 2 runs added to the total. Santosh completing those runs, hobbling a bit, but still running those runs for his partner. Trying to keep Prabhat on strike as much as they can. Ayaz to Prabhat, wanting to cut a rather full delivery. Score remains on 104. Now the 62 runs required of the remaining 32 balls. Required run rate creeping up towards the 12 run mark. 11.63 is what it is. Again, extra cover region, good fielding there, managing to save the boundary. 2 runs added to the total, 106 runs. That's what the total is. Last ball of the 15th over coming up. Smart enough, plays it towards point region and collects a single to keep strike. Score moves on to 107. We're at the end of 15 overs. Required run rate 11.60. Another 59 runs required of the remaining 5 overs. It all depends on Prabhat Saxena out here and his partners to follow. Lovely night sky out here, cool weather here in the Eagle Cricket Grounds here on the Dubai Hatta Road. As we have another game coming up later. It is Oil Serve Risers who will take on the Super Tech Boys. The last 5 overs of the innings coming up. A brief chat by the Cummins Arabia boys, wanting to get their best men to bowl at this juncture. Another 59 runs required of the remaining 5 overs. Chance of a catch at point, 1 run being added. Jermaine Fernandez, the bowler, he's bowling to his shortish delivery, plays it over the bowler's head. Fielder from long on doing the fielding, keeping it down to a single. Score moves on to 109. Cummins Arabia will not mind those singles. It will be the boundaries that they will want to save. Full toss. Right. Near freebie. Prabhat quite unhappy with himself for missing that one. The ball dipping just at the right minute. So smart a bit of bowling by Jermaine Fernandez, trying to vary the lines this time. Chance of a stump and the big wicket that Cummins Arabia wanted. And Prabhat Saxena finally being dismissed for 68 of 46 balls. A lone hand for his side. As we have some confusion out here. So we'll do it here. So you man of the match जो भी होगा उसको यहाँ लाएंगे. Oh, we wait for an official confirmation as to what happened exactly. As of now, the confirmation is that Prabhat Saxena has survived that stumping. We'll have a word with the match referee. It's been called a no ball. I guess that the keeper had collected the ball before the stump, so that's considered a no ball. So Prabhat survives and he gets a free hit. Let's see what he makes of it. This time trying to cut that one, but so the no ball not being capitalized on. So a dot ball, 110 for 6. full toss, plays it towards long off, and 2 runs being added to the total. Prabhat trying to take full toll of it. He got the height but not the distance, so 2 runs added. Score moves on to 112. Again, this one in the air. The man at long on coming in. Unable to stop the double again. Score moves on to 114. Prabhat Saxena batting 70 of 48 as the end of 16 overs. Another 52 runs required of the remaining 4 overs. Santosh taking strike. Another 52 runs of the remaining last 4 overs. An exciting phase of the game coming up. Asim Kamar comes into bowl. He's given away 15 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled. Santosh on strike is batting 6 of 8 balls. His job is to just to take a single and give it to his partner. A wide being called. Backing away by Asim trying to bowl it the other side, but bowling it outside the tram lines. Bowling from round the wicket. Wanting to cut the angle of inner half of the bat being taken. Ball goes towards backward square leg. 1 run being added. And more importantly, brings Prabhat back on strike. So 2 runs coming of the 1 ball that's been bowled. Ask him to wide down leg side. .49 runs required of 23 balls. Wide and extra by being scored. Prabhat wanting to come back for another run. He manages to get. So 3 runs added to the total. One run shot being called. So the only advantage was that Prabhat gets back on strike. Score moves on to the edge goes towards the 3rd man area. 1 run added. Score moves on to 120 rather. Santosh on strike. A rather comical shot, backing away, ball following him. All he managed was to get a bit of leg onto it, so leg by being added. 45 runs required of the remaining 21 balls. 7 runs have been scored of the overs so far of the 3 legal deliveries. Good length ball, just bowling it under the batsman's bat, so limiting it down to a single. Moves on to 74 of the 51 balls he's faced. This time slightly short. Santosh backs away, plays it down towards long on. 1 run added, wanting to come back for a second. Is there a chance of a run out? And another miss. Comedy of errors happening out in between. No communication between both the batsmen. A blind run, lucky enough that they completed the run. So 2 runs added. Score moves on to 124. 42 required of the remaining 19 balls. This time plays it down towards long off. 1 run added to the total. 125 for 6 at the end of 17 overs. This partnership is for 52 of the 35 balls. 41 runs required of the remaining 18 balls as Jermaine Fernandez comes to bowl his 4th over. He's got 3 wickets so far. Unlucky that he couldn't get the 4th. That was deemed a no ball. As Prabhat Saxena being partnered by Santosh, who's batting 10 of 12. Bowling down like side. 40 runs required of the 18 balls. Jermaine Fernandez giving her 25 runs and taking 3 wickets in the 3 overs. This one inviting the batsman, but Santosh playing down the wrong line. He needs to play it straight. All he needs to do is give the strike to his partner. Prabhat is going to take the onus of scoring the runs. He just needs to pair it. This time plays it towards mid-wicket. Man at deep mid-wicket, fielding, keeping it down to a single. A good bit of bowling by Jermaine. Needs to make sure he keeps Prabhat quiet to try to get some more pressure. Prabhat now plays it towards mid-wicket. The man there at deep mid-wicket doing the fielding, keeping it down to a 2, chance of a run out, and Santosh finally running out of steam, loses his wicket. So a good bit of partnership coming to an end. So the 7th wicket has fallen at the score of 128. Partnership of 55 broken ultimately. Santosh the man run out. The shortish ball, plays it towards deep square leg. Good bit of fielding. Keep again a slight misfield. Prabhat is quickly to latch onto that. France, the new man in, pairing with Prabhat Saxena. 2 runs being added to the total score, moves on to 130. 5th ball of the 18th over coming up. An inner edge going down to a short fine, 1 run added. France taking strike. Last ball of the 18th over coming up. 131 is what the score is. Another 35 required of 13 balls. Not impossible. Last bit of Swipe, plays it towards the extra cover region. 1 run added. Score moves on to 132. End of 18 overs. German Fernandez completes his quota of 4 overs, 31 runs, 3 wickets. Prabhat Saxena batting 78 of 54. France batting 1 of 1. You see who are the last two bowlers to bowl this. In all probability, it should be his premier bowlers. Ayaz and Eldos have an over each to bowl. Eldos coming into bowl. (132 for 7). 19th over, first ball. And exposing his stumps and losing his wicket. So Prabhat sees another of his partners come and go. 132 for 8. Kinjal, the new man, another left-hander, taking strike. Eldos to bowl the second over of the 19th over. 8 down, last 2 men, 2 wickets for DNO Dynamos. Eldos to Kinjal. Swing and a miss. Lucky enough, the ball just shying away off the leg stump. More importantly, a dot ball. Kinjal managing to put bat to ball, ball going towards point region, single being collected. About taking strike, score moves on to 133. Another 33 runs required of the remaining 9 balls. Strike rate, current run rate, required run rate is 22. Plays it towards long off, 1 run being added. Score moves on to 134. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. So good over so far by Eldos, getting the wicket and keeping Prabhat off strike as much as he can. Prabhat just getting strike for the 1 ball in the over, and he scored a single of that. Kinjal has faced 3 balls and scored 1 run. Last ball of the 19th over. Swing and a miss. So the end of the 19th over, 134 for 8 in 19, 32 runs required of the last over. Prabhat needs to make sure he sends every ball of this over the fence if he needs to get a side over. Playing a lone hand for his side with not much support from any of his other batsmen. Santosh giving him a partnership of 55 when they were together. Santosh scoring 11 of 14. Ayaz to Prabhat. Edge and the ball racing towards the fine leg. Asim giving chase, but the ball wins and reaches the boundary. Score moves on to 138. He moves on to 83. Has been egged on by his teammates to get to this magical figure of 300. All playing a lone hand. Coming down the track, misses it completely. So a dot ball. 28 runs required of the remaining 4 deliveries. He's batting on 83. Ayaz cramping him for room and not giving any sort of weight. So another dot ball. .28 required of 3 balls. Prabhat taking strike, batting 83. This time Ayaz missing his radar, bowls it wide, so another wide added to the total. Plays it over, covers, a beautiful shot. Entertaining knock continues. He moves on to 87. .23 required of the remaining 2 balls. Score moves on to 138. Sorry, moves on to 143 rather. 23 runs required of the remaining 2 balls. Again, another swing and a miss. So the last ball of the match coming up. 87 for of the 60 balls that he's faced. 10 hits to the fence. Ayaz to Prabhat. Plays a single towards, covers, and that's the conclusion of the first game. 144 is what DNO Dynamos have replied in against Cummins Arabia's 165. Cummins Arabia wins the opening encounter by 21 runs. And we have the presentations coming up in the next few minutes. हाँ वो हैंडशेक करने तो देन विनीत ये रेंज में कर लेते Asim, presentation. Captain and Jerome is man of the match. Okay. stay there? चलेगा? Okay, इधर इधर इधर.
वो यहाँ पे उधर फोटो वहाँ पे निकालेंगे, यहाँ पे वो वीडियो ले रहे हैं ना. तो वो जर्मन क्या करेगा? दोनों कैप्टन्स को बुला लेंगे.
हाँ, I'll quickly we'll have presentation. सही है? We'll have them in the front here rather than my back because we're facing the camera there. Guys, we have all over this side. Zen. Guys, this side, this side. Guys, you'll have to check the camera there, yeah? So, sorry. Sir, आप आ जाए, I'll call you, then you can walk in. Thanks. Sir, थोड़ा. Thank you. Ready? Vineet. आप आ जाए, तो सुकांतो के उनको बुला लीजिए ना, सुकांतो को बुला लीजिए. A little bit more front, sir.
Venture seats.
Huh? From?
Venture seats.
Venture seats. Fahad? Okay. Guys, have your attention. Thank you. Welcome back. Presentations coming up. A good match between Cummins Arabia and DNO Dynamos. Cummins Arabia winning the inaugural game of this season, beating DNO Dynamos by 21 runs. We're moving on. We have Mr. Sukanto, who will be giving away the player of the match. He's from Venture Seeds. And we have the MVP of the game is Jermaine Fernandez for his 3-wicket haul. Unlucky not to get his fourth. Yeah. Camera, that side. All right, quick word, Jermaine. How's the arm rolling over? You told me you haven't bowled for quite some time, getting a 3 for. Unlucky the fourth one didn't come, but happy with the way you bowled tonight?
Yeah, I think the wicket was good. It was turning a bit. I knew the batsman was set, so I just wanted to contain him. I wanted to target the other batsman, but the ball was spinning. It was assisting me. As you said, I have not been quite in touch. But some balls were short, some balls were really good. I wanted to focus on line and length. It paid off today, yeah.
Anyway, good show by you and your team, and best of luck for the rest of the tournament. As we have Prabhat Saxena from DNO Dynamos. Thanks. Prabhat, on an individual front, 88, a lone hand for your side. What has been the team talk, and where do you think that you guys have to improve in the going forward in this tournament?
Can I take it? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thanks for organizing this tournament. First of all, it's not about 88 runs that I scored today. It's about the time that everybody has given. And we all are here. And 3 cheers to Dynamos who have committed to play together. And I'm very proud of the team, the way we have turned up today. And our target was to contain them to 150. We have given 15 odd runs extra, and that is the difference between this game, right? So we have a lot to improve. We are playing first time together, and some of the players are coming after 20 years to play. So probably a big round of applause for all the guys, especially Paul, James, and I'm very proud of my team. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhat. All the best for the rest of the tournament. As we have Asim from Cummins Arabia. Congratulations for your first win. Quite happy with the way the boys have played. The game went a bit too tighter than what you guys would have expected at midway through the innings.
Yeah, I think overall we are happy and satisfied with the performance of the team. I think we have been playing after quite some long time, but I think the way the guys have came up as a team, I think they have performed very well today. We were expecting to score around 180, 190, but I think the wicket was not that supporting for the high score. But I think overall performance of both teams, especially I think by the mid-inning, by 10 overs, I think we were quite comfortable. But I think DNO played very well in the last 10 overs, and they really gave us a tough fight. It was a wonderful match, very good match, and very well won.
Okay, thank you for your time and congratulations for the first win. That concludes presentation for the first game. Cummins Arabia winning by 21 runs. We're following the second game between Oil Serve versus Supertech. Thank you DNO, thank you Cummins Arabia, and we'll see you again soon.